Hey y'all, Zach McDonald, your real estate agent with Real Property Associates, and I want to share how I believe the Seattle real estate and surrounding real estate markets are going to respond and act as we wrap up 2021 and head into 2022. Many of you watching this channel rely on the information that I provide to help make good decisions about when to buy and where to buy in the Seattle area, and I want to share a few things that I think are going to mark the rest of 2021 and set the pace as we head into 2022. And the first thing is, I think as we head into the rest of this year that we're going to continue to see fewer and fewer homes coming on the market. So number one, I think we're going to see less inventory as we head into the holiday season. Last year, we saw a weird or odd inversion of the typical normal. Historically, we see more listings coming on in the spring and early summer and less coming on as we head towards winter. And I think this year, we're going to see a reversion, in a sense, back to the normal. So my prediction is, number one, that we're gonna have less listings on the market here as we head into the winter. And I think that's going to, in turn, continue to keep things tight and keep the bidding wars going. And I think that's going to set the stage for a really hot start to 2022. Secondly, I think we're going to continue to see a lot of buyers in the market. Interest rates remain near all-time lows, and there are still a lot of people trying to get into a house. So I think we're going to continue to see competition as we go through the rest of the fall and head into the winter, which will wrap up the year and take us into the new year. I think we're going to continue to see multiple offers on lots of houses, specifically outside of Seattle. Number three, I think we're going to see continued growth outside of the city of Seattle itself. I've been talking about this in my monthly market updates, and I'll go ahead and link up the most recent one here down below this video. But I think we're going to continue to see more and more people trying to buy in the surrounding areas like Bellevue, Kirkland, Redmond, Issaquah, over on the east side and also on the north end, as we look at places like Edmonds or Shoreline or Lake Forest Park, Linwood, and even on the south end as we look at places like Renton or Kent or Auburn. I think there's just going to be a continued emphasis of people looking a little bit outside of the city, and a lot of it's because they don't have to be so close to the office. We're seeing that the work from home is continuing, and a lot of companies are making permanent changes and requirements for their employees, and I think that's going to continue to have a ripple effect on where people choose to live. As we wrap up 2021 and head into 2022, I think home buyers in the Seattle real estate market are going to find themselves facing stiff competition. I don't think that it's impossible to buy a house right now, but I think it is very difficult. And I've experienced this and communicated this with my clients as we're looking at houses and making offers. Everybody is up against the same competition on almost every single house. There are very few houses on the market, and a lot of people are trying to buy those same houses. So if you're somebody that's thinking about buying and you're thinking maybe in the next 3 to 6 months wanting to get started, I would encourage you to get started earlier so that you can get ahead of the game and also get yourself in a position to start competing with the other buyers. I don't suspect we're going to see any slowdown in the competition as we head into 2022. And as a buyer, if I was thinking about buying a house or even needed to buy a house, I would want to have more time versus less time to be successful. So I would encourage anybody that's thinking about a home search to get started with it sooner rather than later. If you're someone who's thinking about selling a house in the Seattle area, I would say that this year, more so than most, is not a bad time to sell. You heard it here first. Selling your house this fall and this winter is going to be better than in a lot of situations. So if you find yourself needing to sell or wanting to sell, I think you're still going to be able to capitalize on some of the record high prices that we find ourselves in. The housing market typically in our area will stall out this time of year or slow down a little bit, but we're not seeing that right now. And the summer, we did see a little bit of that, but now we're back up to or right around where we were in the spring and summertime. So this year, more so than most, is an opportunity as a seller to move on if you want to move out of the area, or maybe even make that swap where you can buy and sell and still take advantage of the record low interest rates on one hand and get a premium price for your house. To summarize this video, I think number one, we're going to see fewer listings coming on the market, which is typical for this time of year. Number two, I think we're still gonna see a lot of competition from buyers as we head into the new year. And number three, I think we're going to see a lot of competition and price growth in the areas surrounding the city of Seattle. And I'll say this, I don't think Seattle is going to go backwards or not grow. I just think as we're seeing this year, we'll continue to see into 2022 that the surrounding areas and suburbs around Seattle are going to continue to see more growth than inside of the city. Thanks so much for watching this video as we talk about what I think is going to happen as we wrap up 2021 and head into 2022 in the Seattle housing market. If you have questions about buying or selling real estate in the greater Seattle area, King County, Snohomish County, I'd love to be a resource for you.